half-back, a very powerful duo there, and a very tricky to hold, and a very strong pack, with Cameron and Smith at number 9 there, leading the way around the ruck area. Only 2 players with any real experience of playing here in Australia in this Papua New Guinea side. Gold Coast Ryan Tongia and skipper and Cronulla Sharks Paul Ayton. But names like Michael Mark, Emmanuel Yeri, Charlie Wabo, Makali Aizui and Jesse Joe Parker, very familiar with Hunslet, Sheffield, Halifax and Wakefield fans back there in England. And there we see the 2 sides preparing. Looks, as I would expect, Gary, a very nervous Papua New Guinea side. I mean, this is a massive test for these lads, isn't it?
It is a massive test, Ray, but the biggest thing about it, it's something that as a player you love to experience, and playing against an Australian side. Tremendous moment there for Paulie Ayton at the Cronulla Sharks to lead this side out onto the paddock. Look, Stanley G would know that his team is under pressure, but to go out there and say, boys, let's go have some fun. Let's go throw the ball around and do things that they do not expect the Australian side.
The Papua New Guinea side there, a real tester for them, known as the Kumuls worldwide, through the famous bird of paradise, which flies around there in places like Goroka and Leh and Rubal, around the highlands there in Port Moresby, and quite a number of Papua New Guinea supporters in. I would think too, Gary, the Pacific Island supporters who are here, many in considerable numbers, will lend their support.
Oh, without doubt, the Tonga and the Samoan boys put on a great showing as we see Darren Lockyer leading the Australian side down. Yes, they'd all stay here to watch the game. They enjoy their rugby league. Nothing better to watch the 2 island nations go head-to-head. But this is what everyone's come here to see today, is Papua New Guinea versus the Australian side, packed with a number of players that are just superb athletes. And Cameron Smith, great to see Lottie Takeri back, but you did mention before there was a controversy about him being selected on the wing, but I think it can't go to a more deserving player the way he has played this season in 2010.
And Darren Lockyer, one of the all-time greats, the number 6 of Australian Rugby League, leading out this latest Kangaroos outfit. And I think, Gary, before we kick off, we should just mention that Samoa versus Tonga game that was here in the curtain raiser. 22-6 for Samoa against Tonga, and tries, a couple of tries, one from St Helens Tony Pulatua and one from Wigan's George Carmont. And there is Lottie Takeri. You know a lot about him, Gary.
Oh, mate, look, I think he's one of the most favourite players in the game in the NRL this season. Can he come back from the rugby union stint that he did have away? He excited the crowds. He was tremendous for the West Tigers. And he just brings that added flavour to a game like this, playing against Papua New Guinea. And the players that are up against him today will enjoy and relish that opportunity to play against these players that are playing for Australia.
Yep, on his first test back in Rugby League test in 2002.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys
67
and girls,
Rugby Union test, and now back in the 3rd stint as a Rugby League.
The national anthem of Papua New Guinea will be performed
time
by
for the
Papua New Guinea
national anthems, and the first anthem from Papua New Guinea.
Rise, all you sons of this land, let us sing of our joys to be free, praising God and rejoicing to be Papua New Guinea. Shout our names from the mountains to seas, Papua New Guinea. Let us raise our voices and proclaim Papua New Guinea. Now give thanks to the good Lord above, for his kindness, his wisdom and love, for this land of
national anthem of Papua New Guinea, and quite a lot of colourful characters there accompanying the side onto the pitch. And now the
this afternoon, the Australian
national anthem
performed by a young Australian artist of Samoan heritage. She's joined by members of the School Spectacular Hip Hop Ensemble. Please welcome Angel Tupac.
Crowd getting very, very wet. Been very warm and sunny here in Sydney for the past 3 days, but the heavens really opened last night. Thunder, some lightning, a little bit of a tropical storm this morning, but pitch in perfect condition. Although I must say the groundsman spent all morning redoing those white lines, Gary, hasn't he?
He's done a very good job. The supporters now walk off with the flag.
I wouldn't fancy facing that man in the front row. And the traditional now war cry of the Papua New Guinea side. Short, brief, a little bit intimidating nonetheless. Not the biggest of men, these Papua New Guineans, tend to be short and squat. But Gary, you've played against them, you've been over there. They are passionate for their rugby, aren't they? And they are tough.
Yeah, they are very, very tough and passionate. And one thing they do, they give a good account of themselves every time they take the field. They want to make sure that they show their fans what they're here to do. That's to play against the best, one of the best nations that play rugby league. That's Australia's now. We wait for the kick-off with Cameron Smith.
Ready, underway, referee Steve Ream from New Zealand, the referee of the year in 2010, across the Tasman Sea there, and well picked up there by Papua New Guinea, charging in immediately. And I would think that the first thing for Papua New Guinea is just to get themselves into the game, steady a few nerves down and just hold the ball. Yeah,
I think they would have watched last night's game, England versus the Kiwis, and seen that the English made a lot of mistakes in that first opening 15 to 20 minutes. And one thing Stanley Jean would have said to his players, let's make sure we just have a good set of six, get down the line, give a good kick, put plenty of pressure on Billy Slater that will now retrieve this kick.
I think just referring back to last night's game before we really get into the action here, further bad news for England is that Michael Shenton seems to have damaged ankle ligaments and could be forced out of the tour, but we'll know a lot more tomorrow. Australia then in possession, and there is Lote Tuqiri having his first touch. Kumuls, as the Papua New Guinea side are known, charging in there. Running by Tate here now, Patero Sivonisiva, grand old man of the Australian front row, 41 caps. And a debut, Nate Miles, Sydney Roosters. And a penalty there against Makali Aizui for holding down.
I think the Papua New Guinea boys would have watched that game last night and seen that the referees certainly different interpretations. The tackle didn't really hold on that long there, as he does give the penalty away. That was fifth tackle, something that you don't want to do against the Australians. No. Now they go into the opposition's 20, or 30 I should say.
Cameron Smith sending Miles forward. Not played a lot in the front row this season, but tough, hard-working. Had a good state of origin series. Ball out to Cronk, slipping the ball back inside that New Guinea 20-metre area. Here now to Lewis. Good running, good tackle. Good tackling there by Ryong. Australia pressing early then. Cronk again. Oh, nice little kick. Is it covered? Oh, is it any go? No. Well, I thought for one. Well, the referee is having a look there, Gary.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I don't think the Australian player actually got the ball. It was Billy Slater. They do this so well in their Melbourne Storm team. He looks pretty confident. Yeah. From where I was looking at, Ray, I don't think he actually got his hand to the ball, but the Papua New Guinean player who comes off his wing here, you can see he's in an onside position. That shouldn't be a problem.
But he was too casual, wasn't he? He just let the ball roll and roll.
I tell you what, Billy might have got the right hand to it.
Needs a shot from the back. No, that's no try. That's a knock-on. But quite frankly, Papua New Guinea have had a let-off there.
Yeah, well, the thing about these two players, and Cooper Cronk and, of course, Billy Slater, they do it so well for the Melbourne Storm. You're really going to be on your game. And if you don't get any indication, as the red light comes up for Billy Slater, you will be put under pressure because he will chase it right to the end.
Steve Clark, the video referee, then signalling no try. So still remains Australia 0, Papua New Guinea 0, and Papua New Guinea will really want to use this set of 6 here. They qualified for this Four Nations title by winning the Pacific Nations tournament against Samoa, Tonga, Fiji and the Cook Islands. And you can't do that, can you?
No, you can't. I saw what Paul Layton was saying to the referee. He thought the ball was actually stolen from Luke Lewis, who watched the replay here. He can fly down the line, then goes grabbing at the ball.
But you can steal 1 for 1.
1 for 1. And what the referee indicated there, Ray, was he said that the Paul Layton in the end did knock the ball forward.
Australia then in possession. Lockyer pushes it across fielder to Brent Tate. Real comeback for this man, Gary. Had 2 major knee reconstructions and not really been around for international selection.
No, he hasn't, and did a very good job for the Warriors. There's a great tackle there by the Papua New Guineans, once again going low. Something we don't see in the NRL that much, Ray, because it's all about wrestling, they say nowadays.
Yeah. Good tackling there again by Papua New Guinea. The pressure really on them. Cronk again, gets it to Lockyer. Lockyer back inside there to Paul Gallen. And all the Sharks, good offload. Sam Tidy. The man who was worried about his fitness because Brisbane Broncos missed all the finals. Oh, Cronk, can he get over? Strong lad, no, he's in touch. No, it's not. Well, I thought the ball had gone with him, but he must have slipped it back inside.
Oh, what about that desperation, Ray, by the Papua New Guineans? Now comes the kick from Lockyer.
Lockyer. Good kick. Oh, it's hit the post. This must be a try. It is. And there is Billy Slater. Well, a touch of luck, but you have to be in the position to get that look. The rebound off the post there, and that should be a try for Billy Slater.
Papua New Guinea had done a fantastic job defensively, Ray. They got up very quickly on Darren Lockyer. All the players were onside. The ball gets a nice tip here off the post. And that man who really scored the opening, well, just does score the opening try, Billy Slater, gets another one for Australia.
Melbourne Storm lad. And 4 points. The rain's not pulling them off for them.
I think they're here to enjoy themselves.
Yes, why not? Why not?
Brent Tate, you'll see he has that big padding at the back of his head. That's to stop his neck extending too far back. He's worn it for about 3 or 4 seasons, or maybe a little bit longer. And physio's come on, so it must have happened one of the tackles in the early minutes of this game.
Billy Slater, 11th cap for the Kangaroos. should get this goal, Gary.
It's a special.
Cameron Smith. Another Melbourne Storm player. No problem. Flags are high. So, Australia already in the lead by 6 points to 0. Still having problems.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? You know, it has troubled him over a number of years in his career. And to go down that early, I think there's one big tackle on that right-hand edge. The Papua New Guinea's got 3 or 4 in. Hopefully he gets through this game.
Papua New Guinea need to keep the Aussies down here in this 20-metre area. Need some real exertion here now from the pack. Well, he's... It was interesting that Aizui was praising him, but then I don't think he realised a penalty had been given against him.
No, I think that he thought that the ball had been knocked on by Jake Miles. Then he went, yes, there you go. Well, you do see some funny things in the game of rugby league.
You do. But in all seriousness, Gary, they cannot keep giving penalties away like this to Australia. You know, they're bringing Australia 40, 50 yards downfield, and then bang, the possibility of a try.
Yeah, that's one thing that when you can play with a lot of enthusiasm, but you've got to make sure that you minimise your penalties against the Australian side. It doesn't matter if you're the Kiwis or you're playing for England. The less ball they have, the less opportunities they get to scoring points. But if you give them all this ball, you are really going to struggle at the back end of the game.
Sivoni Seaver driving in there, and Cameron, note how he controls things around that acting half-back position. Nice little stab of a kick, a little bit too much force on it. And this pitch, this is one difference between sort of, you know, I noticed straight away, Gary, and the New Zealand pitches. You get very little grass, actually, to any length, any height on an Australian pitch, and you've got to be very careful with your kicks.
Yeah, well, they will travel pretty quickly down the other end of the field, and we've noticed that through the whole season in 2010. A number of kickers who can kick the ball 40 or 50 meters, they will go off the edge. And that one, again, it just shows what the Australians are trying to do. Really bring the Papua New Guineans up quickly, put the kick in behind, and try and catch them out.
George Money from Rabaul. Side to at last a penalty for Papua New Guinea, and they need it, trailing by 6 points to 0. A very inexperienced Papua New Guinea squad, deliberately so. Stanley Jean was telling me that he has selected the vast number from the homelands in order to develop for the World Cup.
Well, it's great to pick them from home as long as they listen and they learn in a game like this. And that's I think he's going to be in a bit of trouble here. Give it up. Dangerous position. Rion was the man.
Yeah. You cannot keep... Well, I've said it already. Here it is. This is senseless. Lifting the man up. Very, very dangerous. If that head had struck the ground, then, you know, we may have seen the need for more apparatus on that young man's neck. But nonetheless, Australia back in contention. Luke Lewis of the Penrith Panthers driving it forward. Gallen again. A lot of defensive work, a lot of tackling to do from this Papua New Guinea side. They can't afford to do too much. There's a second half to contend with. Oh. No, I think...
Tell you what, he hurt Darren Lockyer.
I think they've caught him just around the inside of the thigh. Good play by Slater. Good running by Slater. Can he get that ball away? No, he can't.
Darren Lockyer's still on his haunches.
Lockyer's winded. Kaide shrugging off a couple. Takes 4 men to get him down. Big, powerful Brisbane Broncos pack star. Krong. Good kick, tricky kick again. Lockie's up. Oh, good. Well done. Good jump there by Ryong. I thought Lote Tuqiri had that.
It looked like he was coming through. Well, this is the tackle here. Look at that. Oh, right on the edge of the hip region. Come in and make a tackle. Menzi Yira.
He's okay, but good run. This is better now from the Kumuls. Strong men, passionate men.
Tell you
the
what,
national game of Papua New Guinea. They really are fanatical about their rugby league. Wherever you go, whatever village you arrive in, you'll see little boys playing the game. Play on, says the referee, and rightly so. Good advantage there. 0 tackle. Brent Tate. Smith. Sivoni Seaver. Smith again, looking at good ground. Oh, could have done with someone on his left-hand side there. 8 metres now from that Papua New Guinea line. Cooper Cronk again. Good little dummy. Gets it out here. Good tackle. Oof. Oh, the fist went in there, didn't it? Oh, he's giving him offside. Well, I think it was needed because that would have been a certain try, Gary.
yeah, he had to come off his head.
Well,
He's had plenty to do, has he, in the opening 10 minutes of this game, Ray?
Well, the touch judge came on there as well. But the referees had a word with him. I'll tell you what, he put a right hand in. No danger. And well, what does the referee want? Oh, they've got to go back 10 metres. So Cameron Smith just getting a little bit ahead of himself. This time to Luke Lewis. Switch, Smith. Gallen again. 2 metres now from this line. Cronk settling in nicely there. Slater, that's a good tackle. Terrific tackle there from Yeri. Cronk again. Knock on.
I'll tell you what, Ray, I'm very impressed with young Menzi Yeri. He's pulled off 2 fantastic tackles. One on Lockyer, and this one here. Coming up on Slater, coming out of the line, knew that the ball was going to go out the back. He hadn't done that. They certainly were going to score another try, but a tremendous effort, and then the mistake here by Cooper Cronk with the knock-on with a bit of a smile, saying to the referee, are you sure about that?
Yeah, and look at
Stanley Jean.
Stanley Jean there, or Gene as his name is pronounced in Papua New Guinea, but everywhere else, Jean it is. And that's a bad mistake. After such good work, that's a shocking mistake there by Michael Mark. Australia then now looking for the second score. Here they are, crashing through. Can he get over? No, he's held up. Good play. Strong man Willie Tonga couldn't get over there. Australia again. Cronk, nice slip back inside to Gallen. Getting through a lot of work as this Cronulla Sharks and Kangaroos lose forward. Cronk, Lockyer, good pass, good movement by Slater. Tate, he's in. Has he given it the referee? Yes, he has. Good movement out wide. The 2 halves, Cooper Cronk and Darren Lockyer, moving the ball at pace, fingertip control. Slater coming in just at the right time. And Gary Tate, with little else to do but get over that line.
They do this so well, though, Ray, don't they? The ball out the back. You can see there's Sam Thaiday just holding the line up quite nicely. Yeri had made those 2 magnificent tackles. Comes up with a missed tackle there. Probably had his head down a little bit too long. And then Brett Tate scores the try. But again, he doesn't look that good. And the physio's already been out to him twice. He's coming back now. But I tell you what, I don't know how long he's going to stay out there because he's not in good shape.
He's not. Physiotherapist again having another good look at him. And really, if you look at this with the way this game's progressing, there probably is no need to make the lad go through any pain, is there? You know, perhaps pull him off and leave him for pastures new.
Yeah, well, I think in the old days you'd be wanting to stay out there as long as you possibly could,
yeah.
Ray, and you don't want to let your teammates down. But I think the way the game has changed, you know, you've got to make sure the players are looked after. And if you've got a problem with that neck, it's probably best to get him off, get him seen to properly, and then make some decisions. But you were saying before, if Papua New Guineans keep making mistakes, that's their issue in this game so far.
It certainly is. Cameron Smith then with this kick from the touchline. Prolific goal scorer here in Australia. Hardly any wind at all. The worst of the weather relented now. It's a good high kick. It's on target too. Superb effort. So Australia already 16 minutes gone. Lead by 12-0.
Just watch that replay again, how they just hold the line up so nicely. They're stepping back inside as Brent Tate steps off the right foot. Just watch this here, bang stroke, and then gets the ball down, and then an accidental knee there coming in from the fullback in Tongia. He's the one. That's why they've seen to him and put that accidental knee in the side of the neck again.
Those who might still be suffering from England's defeat by New Zealand last night, well, we'll see some highlights from Great Britain wins over Australia over the years at half-time that might just brighten your day. Don't forget at half-time, though. Good running there. That's a good kick. Punishing kick. Oh, he's touched it. It's a try! No. Is that a try for Cooper Cronk, I think? It is. It was a punishing kick. Again, it was dealt with rather lazily, rather sloppily by that Papua New Guinea defence. But you've got to congratulate Cooper Cronk on following it, Gary.
Oh, well, what about this kick here by the captain and Cameron Smith? And as you said, he kept on following. He put the fullback in Tongia under all sorts of pressure. He got the ball back in the field of play. He knew they had to try and stop. It was going to be a 40-20 rate. And then Cooper Cronk just chased and got the reward in the end.
But Papua should never really have attempted to touch the ball because it would have been head and ball from the scrum.
Yeah.
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 Although no, as you say, it was a 40-20.
I think it was a 40-20. He was inside the 40. And I think the young fullback knew he had to get back quickly.
Yep.
And he was under all sorts of pressure. It was a great kick by Cameron Smith. Just that left foot kick is so deadly.
And young Cronk, who speaking to him earlier this week, and he was really keen to cement his position in this Australian side now that Jonathan Thurston is out injured at the moment. And another chance for Smith from the other side of the touchline. Very experienced campaigner, 18 caps for the Green and Golds. No, not this time. Well off range. Has to be content with 16-0.
Here's this kick out of dummy half. Cameron Smith does it fantastic. Knowing that the opposition, the Papua New Guinea boys, were slow to get back. And there he is. He kicks it back in field.
Yeah.
And then just as he gets there,
No, did he get his hand down on it?
I think simultaneous, and that goes
That's
to the
a try.
attacking side.
Yeah,
so I'm happy with the try.
Yeah, if two players put their hands on the ball simultaneously, it is a try. So, Australia receive again. Just 18 minutes gone, almost looking to a point a minute at the moment. 16 points to 0. Australia never lost to Papua New Guinea, played them on 10 occasions and 10 wins. Only 1982 when the first ever match was played between these two nations. But it's Australia commanding everything at the moment. Good running down this left-hand side. I like the way this Billy Slater keeps coming in the line, Gary. He makes this extra man.
I think the big thing about Billy Slater's game this year and in the last probably couple of years is his inclusion of going to the line and putting the pass on. He comes around the back so quickly. He's very, very hard to stop.
The full back, Ryan Tongia, very, very sensibly there, allowing that ball to roll dead.
I think he's worked it out, Tongia, that I don't know if Stanley's gone and got changed, but I don't think supporters there, right?
Some interesting spectators coming in this ground at the moment. I'm glad it's in daylight and not in the dark. As long as one doesn't come in this commentary box.
If he does, he can take over. It's not a problem. I'm going.
I've had some summarisers in my time, but that would take the biscuit. Papua New Guinea then, with a chance to launch an attack. Rodney Griffin from the Northern Pride Club, one of the few who plays here in Australia, plays in the Queensland Cup competition. read that kick there by Slater. Oh, good play.
Well, just to give you a tip of how much work the Papua New Guinea side have done, they've made 81 tackles to Australia's 24 in just under 20-odd minutes. So they've done plenty of defence.
Well, if you were making 80-odd tackles in the first 20 minutes, you'll not be making many in the last 20, will you? Because you won't get there.
The tackle count will be good.
Australia then looking powerful here now. Good warm-up, if you like, for them. Sam Taide. Lockyer easing himself back into the game after that nasty knock. Oh, he's made another mistake. That's another try, I think. It is. A try there for Willie Tonga. And that was another shocking mistake. I mean, every time the ball is getting to this line, it's mistake after mistake.
Yeah, they really identified the Australians here, that right-hand edge. Riong and Tongia, the fullback, are out of position again. You can see the young fullback, he just goes wide, and then it just poorly executed here. All he had to do was catch the ball. Then young Tonga comes over the top, collects it, and that'll be another 4-pointer to the Australian side. And it all comes on the back of the Papua New Guineans making mistakes on the last play.
Try. Do you think that they are so nerved by this appearance here, Gary?
Well, it looks like it, doesn't it? They seem to make that vital error, and if you do that against Australia on that last tackle or fourth tackle, they seem to come up with trumps in the sense of scoring tries or getting you back in the opposition 20. Tonga again just chasing through the kicking game. It really has been a big benefit in the opening 20-odd minutes of this game here for the Australians, turning the Papua New Guineans around each time. But poor communication with the winger on the right-hand side, Riong, and their fullback, Tongia. They'll have to certainly address that. Cameron Smith has a little bit of a smile. Too sure how easy this is going to get.
He's getting some good early kicking practice. This is a little bit easier than his previous two. It's about 8 metres in from this near side touchline. Left footer, but again just sends it to the left of that near side post. So 20 points to 0 then for Australia. 23rd minute, still coming up to almost a point a minute. And really, the Papuans have not had any pressure whatsoever on that Australian 20-metre earlier line, never mind the try line.
I don't think they've actually got past the 30, Ray. They keep making those mistakes. They're giving away a penalty, and the Australians keep...
It's not as if the Australians have been putting on some blistering rugby, is it?
I agree with you totally. It's only on the back of every single mistake that Papua New Guinea have actually turned the ball over, whether it's on first or second tackle, and then on that last play, the kicking game again. But it's the chase. The Australians, they get down the end, they chase every single ball.
Quite a few younger players in this Australian side. Interesting that Tim Sheen's invited one or two of the ex-Kangaroo greats like Laurie Daly, Wayne Pearce, Brad Fittler into the camp to share breakfast and lunch with them, just to give them confidence, but doesn't look as though they need it. Australia then on the attack here now to Cronk. Again out to Lockyer. Good ball out to Cameron Smith. This is good play. Oh, that's a forward pass, surely. Yeah. Oh, he's given an offside.
Forward pass. No advantage from the outside.
Well, he's saying there's no advantage here, right?
Well,
he's waited a long time for it. I think he's waiting for them to score a try, the referee.
that's harsh, isn't it? Papua New Guinea.
Please.
Goodness me.
Please.
Hey. Still, referee of the year in New Zealand. Sam Taide driving in, but well held this time. Good charge. Cooper Cronk. Good running. Just a metre or so short. Luke Lewis. Smith. Slater again. It's a knock on. It's offside. That's play on. And this will be a try. And it is in the corner. Try there Brett Morris, no hesitation from the referee, and again, initially it came from that contentious decision there with the offside, but again, another mistake on the floor, a knock on. No wonder Stanley Jean's coming down to the sidelines.
Yeah, I think he's come down to give his boys a little bit of a pep talk and just say, look, you've got to start controlling the football. Again, there is the mistake, Billy Slater. Up to then, again, the Papua New Guinea inside defensively weren't that bad. He had to try and go for the intercept there. Michael Mark, that's the only other thing that he could have done. But they're making it very easy now for themselves, the Australians. And they've just got to watch out, Ray. Honestly, the Aussies have got to watch out. They don't try to throw the ball around too much, and then they start making too many mistakes. Go down the middle, kick and chase, get back to what's going to win your games in 2 to 3 weeks' time, and then go in the semis.
And another simple try there from Brett Morris, one of the big successes in Australia this year, Gary, with St George Illawarra, the grand final winners.
He had a magnificent season, honestly. To watch the St George side play, everyone was talking about them not being that flamboyant, but it got them through it, won them a grand final, and that's all they had to do under Wayne Bennett. The kick from the sideline, well, he's got it on target now, Ray.
Smith adding his third goal, and Australia already 26 points to 0, and as we can see, a very, very wooded Stanley Jean. You can see the knock-on, the mistake, and then the easy advantage, and it's all over. Just has to push that ball alongside, and he's in.
Just looking at those completions from the Papua New Guineas, they've only had the ball 7 times in this game. They've only completed 3 sets of 6. That's why the scoreline is 26 to 0 in favour of the Aussies.
You just can't do that against a side like Australia, can you?
I think so, mate.
26 points, 26 minutes gone. Australia then moving down. Paul Gallen impresses me. This Gallen, I saw him a couple of seasons ago as well. Strong lad, comes all the time.
Got a great offload and willing to take the ball to line, do all the hard stuff down the middle of the ruck. It's one of the best players for the Sharks throughout the last maybe 2 or 3 seasons.
Ryan Tongia, safe with the ball this time. Plays for the Gold Coast Titans, one of only 2 players in the NRL. The size of these Papua New Guinea forwards, not really able to make a lot of metre. Good running there though from the acting half-back position. Needs a good kick now. Oh, good pick-up, but now that surely should be a turnover. Yep, it is. Nobody else touched it, did they?
No, they just waited. They did the right thing there. Brett Tate just waiting to let the ball go across the line. And then Morris had to come up with a tackle. Some power, the Papua New Guinean boys.
Australia almost seem to be playing this at half pace to me. Even though we've got a scoreline like 26 points to 0.
I think what will happen at half-time is that Tim Sheens will get his side and try and revert back to what is going to be working, as I said, in 2 to 3 weeks' time, is get down the middle of the ruck. That's what they need to do.
Gallen again, taking it forward. Cameron Smith, Tonk alongside him. Good play there. Willie Tonga. Lockyer. Oh, did he catch another knock there?
I think he did. They play that up and then stop
Yes,
it. Oh, that's a little bit unlucky.
That's well taken. Has he knocked on?
Knocked on.
Oh. Good effort there from David Loco. A farmer from the Southern Highlands. First trip to Australia. Oh. Dion Aye went in. He was having to do it at Lockyer. They are having a go at the Kangaroo skipper, aren't they?
Every time he catches that ball from that left side, which looks to go right, they are there in numbers.
And I think we should say that Darren has been out for something like 2.5 months, hasn't he, with injuries, and of course the Broncos not getting into the playoff final.
Yeah, if he probably played against Canberra, they'd probably go and win the game, the Broncos, but Ivan Hinchak decided to leave him out of the side, and I think for the benefit of the player, it was the right play. And there's another great tackle.
Good tackle. He had a good season with Sheffield Eagles, did Menzies Ujiri. He's a big, powerful lad.
When you look at his game so far in this opening 40 minutes, Ray, the defence that he's put on, he's put his body on the line. Yep. He's only come up with one missed tackle. He's had Brent Tate, who's a great stepper, but he gets in there nice and tough. This is the problem for Papua New Guinea. He seemed to make a mistake around about now.
Well, they've got to keep hold of this ball now. On the half hour, Australia 26 points to 0. Tries from Slater, Tate, Cronk, Tonga and Morris. Sadly, this PNG pack not really able to gain the meters here. 3 tackles gone, made about 6 or 7 meters. Two tackles remaining. Needs a good kick here down that short side. That's good running. That's better. 75% possession the Australians have had. I think Papua New Guinea are lucky. It's only 26 now. That's a turnover.
That's the pressure the Australians will put on the side. They've come here to play the Aussies. They know they're not going to let the Papua New Guineans get out of their own half. And they did a superb job then again as they go wide now with Luke Lewis.
Lewis checking it down this left-hand side. Tonga piling the pressure on these willing Kumuls. Cooper Cronk, good slip ball back inside there to Watmore. The Manly back rower. Smith looking for options, uses the open side to Lockyer. 2 tacklers remaining here. Can Papua New Guinea keep them out? Aiton, the skipper, the number 13, looking for support. Lockyer again. Good kick. Dangerous kick. Oh, he's got to hold on to it. He does. It's a dropout. But at least he didn't knock it on, guys.
That's a positive there, Ray, that he didn't knock it on. But again, strong centre 6 by the Papua New Guinean boys to hold the Australians out. And now they've got to defend for another set. But again, you just see the experience here of Darren Lockyer going to line, putting the little grubber kick in, and then Lottie Takeri coming up and making the tackle. He sums it up. He knows he can't get the ball out wide. He puts a little grubber kick in, and then the numbers. They all keep chasing through.
Not a bad kick. Not a bad kick. Tom Leroy Lars driving forward. This lad's got quite a reputation. I've not seen a lot of him, Gary.
He had one of the best seasons for the Canberra Raiders, along with Dave Shillington, who just took the ball up then. A tremendous effort, not only in just in club footy, but state of origin.
That's a knock-on. The referee, I think, Mr. Ream was about to award advantage, but the better advantage now from the scrum. So a little bit of respite for the Papua New Guinea side, but still the pressure on them, trailing 26 points to 0. 7 minutes remaining in this first half.
Be nice for them to score a try before half-time, Ray.
Yeah.
I think the crowd would love it too.
In a sense, where Stanley Jean, I think quite rightly, he's picked a lot of youth. He's looking to development. He's looking for the World Cup. But first sightings of this side, Gary, it looks a lack of real experience in it for Papua New Guinea.
Experience, but also a little bit of direction too. I'm expecting the half and 5/8 to stand up a little more, give them a little bit more direction. I think Paulie Aiton, I know he's playing a lot forward today, but I think he is certainly better suited to the number 9 jersey. They'll give a lot more drive out of that ruck area.
Papua New Guinea just only really came into rugby league just after the war with the Australian Civil Service encouraging them to take up the game, and my word, they did take it up.
Ray, you've been to Papua New Guinea, you know
Yep.
that the people over there are passionate. They love their rugby. They turn up. The Australians or Kiwis going with the Great Britain side, they just turn up in thousands to watch the game.
Oh, that's a bad one from number 14 there, David Shillington. Can the Cummels now get towards that line, but they just can't break this kangaroo defence. Short passing down that left-hand side there. Rodney Griffin, one of the most experienced men in the Cummels, 21 caps. Good little run. Great difficulty moving forward. 4 tackles remaining in this sequence. That's better now. I mean,
Not good, is it?
why kick that on the third tackle when it's the nearest you've got to the line? Good tackle from Ryan Tonga anyway. Australia then back in their own 20-metre area for the first time in this match. Oof, good tackle. Once again, Yeri on Tate. He's really banging him down, isn't he? No wonder he's got a bad neck.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, he has lined up Brent Tate every single time I watch the replay.
Boom.
Bang, in he goes again.
Oh, and another goal. On the last tackle.
That seems to be the difference, doesn't it, Ray? The Papua New Guinea's kicking game is fairly poor. They don't get themselves in any sort of position to put the ball downfield. Then they kick on the second or third tackle.
And there doesn't seem the real strength in the kick either, Gary, does there? 4 minutes remaining then in this first half. 26 points to Australia. Papua New Guinea yet to score. Oof, not a knock on. Good ball. Little bit of space out wide, but well covered there very, very quickly by Brett Morris. Edges Papua New Guinea forward, but it'll be head and ball to Australia.
He's tried pretty hard since he's come on the field, Benjamin John. He usually plays the hooker halfback role. He's getting in a dummy half. He's got a good little kick away there.
Well, the two of them, him and Charlie Wabo, sort of interchange regularly, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And he's fairly low to the ground, but he's tough. You know, he'll take the ball forward and he's trying to set up the play, and it gives him a little bit more direction around that ruck area, and that's what's been lacking.
And he's a player again who has experience in Australia playing with the Parks Spacemen. I've been to Parks, didn't know the Spacemen were in there.
They're only there on Thursdays and Fridays, right?
You're telling me Flash Gordon's the captain. Ball here now then with Tom Leroyd-Lars charging forward. Canberra Raiders making his debut. Cameron Smith. Nice short little pass inside there to Luke Lewis. Australia looking for more points. Lying down on the man. And this is a bad penalty to give away at this stage of the game with just 2 minutes approaching to half-time. A set of 6 to come from Australia, who's saying they won't finish off this half with another try. And I think Stanley G knows that. The pressure right on his side there now. Shillington again. Another Canberra Raiders man. Smith. Cronk. Lockyer easing himself in the game. Nice little slip. Good tackle. Good tackle there. Stopped Luke Lewis in his tracks. Smith again. Cronk. Thaiday. Can he get it out? But I think he'll score himself. No, he won't. It's a knock on. Well, if Thaiday had given that ball out there, I think Australia could have been in at the corner.
Yeah, but again, the Papua New Guinea side on that left-hand edge, they come up very, very quickly. And if you're coming flying onto the ball, the young centre, Yeri, will come off the line and put a shot on you, which he's done to Brent Tate probably on 4 or 5 occasions in the first half.
Well, at least, Gary, they've actually stopped the Australians from scoring in this last 10 minutes, haven't they?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, like I said, I'm giving Benjamin John a rap here because since he's come onto the field, they've added a bit more to their attack, which they needed to do. They're just trying to run one out, Ray, and you do that against Australia, they're just going to keep picking you off.
Just playing down the seconds, 30 seconds remaining in this first half. I think that the Papuans will be content just to go in with the score as it is. 4 tackles remaining. Some good running from them from the acting half-back position. They're sort of short and difficult.
Dropped the ball.
Has he dropped it? And that's the half-time. It won't make any difference. Good performance from Australia without really exerting themselves too much. Gary tries from Slater, Tate, Cronk, Tonga and Morris. Very, very good professional performance.
I think so. The first 40 minutes to be in front by 26 points to 0 against Papua New Guinea, who started pretty strongly defensively, but that's the thing that actually let them down on a couple of occasions, but also the control of football.